Everybody, we're gonna call this meeting to order. I think we're a couple minutes past here, and it's Member Branscombe is going to chair this part here. So Nancy, just give us 30 seconds to get seated, and we'll pass it over to you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. All right, Nancy, over to you.
Thanks, Chair. I'm going to chair this portion of the meeting, the Finance and Administration public meeting. So the first item on the agenda is any disclosures of interest. Okay, seeing none. Second item is new business. I don't think there is any. We thought there might be some coming from the in camera, but that didn't come to pass. So there's no new business. And then introduction of the interim chair. At our earlier in-camera meeting, I was elected to be the interim chair pending the repopulation of the Finance and Administration Committee with the new mayor and the two new councillors. That was formerly, chair was Councillor Helmer, and Member Holder were also on the Finance Committee. So I'll be the interim chair until we have a fully populated committee, and then the committee will choose the chair for the balance of the term. So I don't think we need a motion. That's just for information. Jen, is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Then the next item is minutes of the September 15th meeting. So I'd like someone to move that, unless there are some questions about it. Member Megan Walker, and I guess as I'm the only other member, I'll second that. And is it just Finance Committee members that can still vote, Jen, for these? Yes, okay. So then Megan, all in favor? That's carried. Okay, so now we're on to the fifth item on the agenda is revenue offsetting personnel costs report. That's in your agenda. And remember that even though you aren't members of the committee, any member of the board is able to ask questions of the reports that come through the meeting. So maybe Deputy Chief McIntyre, just want to give us a quick update about what this is, especially for the new members, so that they know what we're looking at and why. And then if there's any questions, we can entertain them.
Sure. Thank you so much, Chair, through you. I'd like just to introduce for the people in person here and for those on camera that don't know. So our Director of Financial Services, Ms. Jody Graham, and our Senior Director of all the fleet, facilities, and finance is Rob Levesque. And so they are the subject matter experts, all thing money. So you'll know that I will often just defer right to them to speak about this, because why do you want to listen to me? But anyway, so there's 3 reports we'll present to you today. And Jody, I'll just turn it over to you to speak to the first one, revenue offsetting personnel costs.
So through your chair, there are several government sources where funding is leveraged to offset personnel costs. The report contains 2 appendices. Appendix A outlines programs that provide funding for 76 positions, and expenses in relation to these positions would be required as part of our operating budget, whether or not funding was available. And then Appendix B lists programs that are beneficial for London Police Services to participate in, and many include full cost recovery. However, should these agreements end, then the authorized complement would be reduced accordingly. Related revenue amounts and expenses are recognized in the 2022 operating actuals. And with that, it is recommended that the London Police Services Board receive the revenue offsetting personnel cost report for its information.
Sorry about that. So are there any questions about that report? Okay, then Member Walker, could you make a motion that the Finance Administration Committee recommends the board receives for information the revenue offsetting personnel cost report?
I'm happy to move that.
I'll second that. Any discussion? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. So let's just move on to the capital projects status. And again, could you just explain what this is? And then we'll entertain questions from the members.
Through you, Chair, information is being provided to the London Police Services Board regarding the status of approved capital projects as of November 30th of 2022. Updates are provided regularly to LPS administration regarding the status of expenditures compared to budget amounts. A brief description of each project was included in the report. There are no financial implications to report at this time. All projects have a positive variance. There are funds available as of November 30th. With that, it is recommended that the London Police Services Board receive the capital project status report as of November 30th, 2022 for its information.
Jody, how often do these come out? These
Through
The
you,
capital.
Chair, they are provided on a monthly basis.
monthly, so we'll see this each month. Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Jen, did you have a comment?
I just wanted to say that probably we don't see them every month because the finance committee doesn't meet every month. If we want to receive it on the board agenda, we can talk to finance about that. What are the thoughts on that?
I think at the finance committee is probably fine.
Yeah, so through you, Chair, they are provided on a monthly basis internally to our budget managers and to the LPS admin, but they're only provided twice a year to the board.
Okay, that makes it clearer. Okay, any other questions or comments? Then Member Walker, if you would make a motion to that the Finance Committee recommends the board receives the capital project status as of November 30th, 2022 report for its information.
I'm happy to move that.
I'll second it. Any more discussion? Any opposed? Good, that's carried. And the third one is the preliminary budget position for December 31st, 2022.
Through you, Chair, this report is for information purposes as well. It provides an update to advise the board on forecasts through December 31st of 2022, including any notable variances. As of November 30th, 2022, we are projecting to be in a surplus position of approximately $224,000, which is an overall budget variance of 0.2% by year's end. Projected variances are outlined in the report by personnel costs, line items, and revenue sources. The actual year-end results will not be known well until February of 2023. Subject to any questions, it is recommended that the London Police Services Board receive the operating budget status as at November 30th, 2022 for its information.
Thank you. Any questions? Comments? Steve, Member Lehman?
Thank you. Just my experience with budget variances, that seems to be pretty low. So is that the nature of the beast, in that we have a pretty good handle on, expected expenditures with salaries and wages, et cetera, and funding as well?
Through you, Chair. Yeah, it's exceptionally well monitored, as kind of the numbers show. As relating to salaries, because the percentage of our expenses are so high relating to salary costs, I think it's about 95% or so. There are things like overtime, unforeseeable events that could happen in the last month, right? And we won't know until February. However, we do have quite a good handle. I know we've kind of aggressively gone through and asked each area, each division, are there any surprises, et cetera. But with the magnitude of the salaries and overtime, et cetera, sometimes, it's hard to kind of point it right to the dollar, but we're pretty confident in this, and, it could change, a few $1,000s here or there, but as the report shows, that under 3% is an exceptional type of variance. So.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, then Member Megan Walker, could you approve make the motion? The Finance Administration Committee recommends that the board receives the preliminary budget position December 31st, 2022 report for its information.
I'm happy to do that.
And I'll second it. Any more discussion? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Thank you very much for these reports. There is number 8, no new business. So we're at adjournment. So I'd like a motion by Member Megan Walker to adjourn the meeting, and I'll second that when she does.
I'm happy to do that as well.
I'll second that motion. Any more discussion? Any opposed? That's carried. Chair, may I suggest, we were going to have to extend the meeting for some business we didn't get done after the public meeting. We have a chunk of time now, and I don't know how others are set for time, but I just assume do it now and come back for the public meeting at 2:30. But it's up at the pleasure of the group. Just a
Yeah.
thought.
Thanks, Nancy. So I think that's a great idea. We can start that conversation or continue that conversation. And then what do we have, about 15 minutes? What time's the? That's an absolutely great idea. Okay, so let's do that. So everybody can leave. We'll pick up a conversation that we're having at VMO, and then we'll reconvene at 2:30 for the meeting. There we go. Thanks, Nancy. So Nancy, yeah.
So there's no other link, so do you want to, oh, we have to post this recording,
So
Yeah, cancel this.
so Nancy, you're gonna step off this link and go back to which link, Jen?
I'll do that, center one.
Okay,
This is gonna be posted publicly, so.
we're gonna send you a new link to your email right now, Nancy. You'll click that and then we'll see you in a minute, okay? No, because are we not just going back into Vimo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So I don't think so. All right.
0.3%.
You absolutely